today we are going to read Junie B. Jones' Smell Something Fishy, Part 2. Part 2 is chapters 5 to 9, I believe. Yes, I think 5 to 9. Let me find 5. Okay, let's start. Okay, Chapter 5, Catching Friends. I watched the little worm very careful. He wiggled himself into the dirt. I tapped on the glass. Yeah, only here's the problem. Now I can't see you anymore. And so what fun is that? I asked. I took off the lid and I put my lips in the jar. Come out, wherever you are, I said real loud. Then I waited very patient, but the worm did not come out. Hey in there, don't you even know I'm talking to you? Then all of a sudden my brain thought of something very important. Of course he didn't know I was talking to him. How could he even know if I was talking to him if he didn't have a name? Then I quick closed my eyes real tight and I tried to think of a worm name. Pretty soon my eyes sprang wide open. Noodle! I said real thrilled. I will name you Noodle! Because noodles and worms are twins, practically. I yelled in there again. Here, Noodle! Here, Noodle! Noodle! Just then Mother peeked her head in the kitchen door. What's all the shouting about in here? She asked. Who's Noodle? I pointed into my dirt jar. Noodle is my worm, I said. Only he crawled away into the dirt and now he won't come out. Not even when I call his name. Mother looked into the jar. Maybe he's taking a nap, she said. Or maybe he's just exploring his new home. I tapped on my chin. Maybe he might be looking for some friends to play with. Just then I did a gasp. Mother, I bet that's it. I bet Noodle is lonely in there. I bet he's looking for friends. I zoomed to the closet, speedy fast, and I put on my sweater. Hold on, little Noodle, hold on, because I can help you with this problem, I think. After that, I grabbed Noodle's jar, and me and him zoomed outside to the garden again. Friends do not come easy. First, I tried to catch a butterfly, but it quick flied away. Then I tried to catch a grasshopper, but it wouldn't stand still. Also, I tried to catch a cricket and a gnat and a lizard, but those guys would not cooperate either. Finally, I sat down in the grass real glum. I am a flop at this, I said. Only just then I saw something very wonderful. And it's called 3 ants were walking in the grass, and they were carrying a cheese puff on their heads. My heart got very thumping. Noodle! Hey, Noodle! I found friends, and they brought a delicious cheese snack! After that, I picked up the ants and the cheese puff, and I dropped them right inside the jar. And that is not the only good news, because just then, a big, fuzzy fly landed right on my sweater sleeve. And I swatted him with the jar lid, and he did not even die that much. I put him in the jar, too. Then I danced and danced all over my yard, because now Noodle had friends! And I had pets for Pet Day, and that is called Happily Ever After. Chapter 6, Sparkle. I runned into the house very thrilled. Mother, I found friends for Noodle! I found Buzzy, the swatted fly, plus also I found 3 ants and a cheese puff. Mother looked at the friends. Oh my, she said kind of soft. I know it, Mother. I know it is oh my. Noodle will love these guys. I know he will. After that, I quick took my jar to the room and I put it on my bed and I waited for Noodle to meet his new friends. I waited the whole entire afternoon, only Noodle never came out. At dinner time, I walked to the kitchen very slumping. Noodle is still hiding, I said. Plus the ants ate the cheese puff and Buzzy the swatted fly bit the dust. Mother lifted me to my chair. She put stew on my plate. Yeah, only how can I even eat stew? 'Cause I'm depressed here, I tell you, I said. Just then, someone opened the front door. It was my Grandma Helen Miller. She was bringing the ice chest back. And guess what? There was a giant fish in that thing! My eyes popped out of my head. Grandma Miller, that fish is almost as big as me, I said, real thrilled. Grandma Miller looked proud of herself. It's called a largemouth bass, she said. He's a beaut, isn't he? He is, Grandma. He is a beaut. Look at him. Look how shiny he is. Huh, Grandma? Want to name him Sparkle? Grandma Miller laughed. Name him whatever you want, sweetie, she said. We've got 3 more in the truck just like him. Come on, everybody. Come see them. Altica, Mother, and Daddy went out to the truck. And not me. 'Cause I wanted to stay with Sparkle, that's why. I waved at that guy in the ice water. Hello, Sparkle. How are you today? I said, I am fine. Are you fine, too? I patted his head. Want to swim, Sparkle? Want to swim in the freezing water? After that, I got down on my knees and I swam him all around. I wish you were my fish, Sparkle. If you weren't my fish, I would take you to school for show and tell, and you would be the star of the show. Just then I got goosebumps on my skin, because that was the bestest idea I ever heard of. Sparkle! Hey, Sparkle! Maybe you can come to pet day with me, because you are way better than my pet jar. And this is a picture of Junie B. Jones swimming her fish Sparkle all around in the ice cooler. I wonder if she will get to bring Sparkle to pet day. Let's find out. Oh, if you hear the clicky clacky, that's my dog walking in the dining room. So just try not to mind. After that, I lifted that big guy right out of the water. Only too bad for me, because Sparkle fell on the floor. Oh dear, I said. You are a chubby one, Sparkle, and so how will I even get you to school? That's what I would like to know. Just then I saw Tickle's dog leash. It was hanging over the chair. I danced all around the kitchen. A leash, Sparkle! A leash is the answer to our problem! After that, I quick grabbed the leash and I put it over Sparkle's head, and I pulled him all around the floor. He slided as easy as pie. Just then, the back door opened. Junie B. Jones! What in the world do you think you are doing? It was Mother. She was back from the truck, apparently. I think I am sliding, Sparkle, I said, kind of nervous. We are practicing for pet day. Mother shook her head real fast. Oh, no way, Missy. You are not taking that fish to pet day, she said. Yes, Mother, yes, way. I have to take Sparkle. I love this slippery guy. Please, Mother, please, please. Mother did some deep breathing. Then she sat down next to me, and she made her voice not yet. Okay, I want you to listen to me very closely, she said. I know you like this fish, and I know you would like to take him to pet day for school, but pet day is for live pets, Junie B. And maybe you don't realize this, but the thing is, honey, Sparkle is dead. I nodded my head. Not a problem, I said. Mother did a frown. Not a problem? What do you mean, not a problem? Of course it's a problem. You can't take a dead fish to school. I raised my eyebrows at her. How come? How come it's the rules? I asked. No, of course it's not the rules, said Mother. Wait, how come? Is it the rules? I asked. No, of course it's not the rules, said Mother. I smiled. Good, then I can take him, I said. After that, Mother stared at me a real long time. Then she closed her eyes, and she put her head on her placemat, and she didn't eat her stew. Chapter 7, Sneaky Grandma Miller. Grandma Miller stole Sparkle. She waited until I took my bath. Then she sneaked into the kitchen, and she took Sparkle home with her. I ran all around in a tizzy. She stole him! Grandma Miller stole Sparkle, and nobody even stopped that woman! Mother said to quiet my voice. Your grandmother did not steal Sparkle, Junie B. She caught him at the lake. That was hers, remember? She picked me up and carried me to bed. You're just going to have to accept this, Junie B, she said. You cannot take a dead animal to school for pet day. End of story. After that, she kissed me goodnight on my cheek. And guess what? I did not kiss back. On Monday morning, Grandpa Frank Miller babysitted me before school. I did not speak to that guy, because he is married to the thief of Sparkle. That's why. I ate my breakfast very silent. Grandma Miller looked at my pet jar on the counter. Oh boy, look at those ants, would you? He said. They're always on the go, aren't they? He squinted his eyes at them. What are they carrying around on their heads? Then I did a frown, and I thought, very careful, because the cheese buff was already gone, and so what could they be carrying? Just then my eyes got big and wide, because I had a bad feeling about this situation. I ran to my jar, speed fast. Oh no! I hollered. Oh no! It's Buzzy the Swatted Fly! I quick took off the lid. Put him down, you! Put him down right now, and I mean it! The ants did not obey me. That's how come I zoomed them out to the grass, and I shake them right out of my jar. Here's a picture of Junie B trying to shake the ants out of her jar. Maybe she's not only shaking the ants out. I wonder if she might be shaking all of the things. It looks kind of like she's shaking all of the things out, not just the ants. Go home, ants, I hollered. You go home this very minute! The ants went home. I brushed my hands together, very proud, because I saved Buzzy, that's why. After that, I reached into the grass and I picked up my jar. Only something did not feel right exactly. I looked inside of it. Oh no! It was empty. All of the dirt was gone. And Noodle was gone too. Noodle! I shouted, Noodle! Noodle! Where are you? Where are you? Then I crawled all over the grass and I searched, but I never saw Noodle again. Chapter 8, A Surprise in the Freezer. I cried on my bed for a real long time. Pet Day's ruined. It's ruined. It's ruined. It's ruined. Grandpa Miller looked all over the house for pictures of Tickle. He taped some on cardboard and brought them to my room. Look, he said, this doesn't look too bad. Does it? Then I raised my head off my pillow. Then I looked at the pictures and I patted him real gentle. You did your best, old man, I said very soft. Grandpa Miller rolled his eyes up at the ceiling. I looked up there too, but I didn't see anything. After that, I got out of bed and I dressed myself for school. And I walked to the kitchen very slumping. Grandpa Miller made me a turkey sandwich. What do you want to drink? He asked. I did a sigh. Orange juice, please, I said. Grandpa Miller opened the refrigerator. Orange juice? Orange juice? I don't see any orange juice, he said. I went over and helped him look. We could not find the orange juice anywhere, not even in the freezer. Just then my grandpa moved the frozen vegetables. Here's a picture of Junie B slumping on her bed and her grandpa showing her pictures of Tickle that he pasted on cardboard so that she could bring them to school. I wonder if she's going to take those or the surprise in the freezer maybe. And guess what? My heart almost stopped breathing because I could not believe my eyeballs. That's why. Grandpa Miller! Grandpa Miller! Do you see what I see? Do you? Huh? Do you? Grandpa Miller looked closer. Well, I don't see any orange juice, that's for sure, he said. I danced all around the room. No, Grandpa, not orange juice. A pet! I see a pet for Pet Day! See it, Grandpa? See it in there? And I clapped my hands real joyful, and I skipped to the freezer. Then I grabbed it right off the shelf. Chapter 9, My Proudest Honor. Pet Day in room 9 was very exciting. There were cages with furry animals and bowls with fish, plus also there was a snake and a hermit crab and a rooster. That rooster is mine, said that meanie Jim I hate. He will peck your head off if I tell him to. He will peck it right into a nub. I made a sick face, because a nub does not sound pleasant. Just then Lucille skipped over to me. Look, Junie B, look at my darling riding outfit. See my darling riding hat, and see my darling riding pants. And look, Junie B, look, here's a picture of my darling pony. And look at my darling riding boots. They are cowhide. I smiled very admiring. You are a beaut, Lucille, I said. Grace pulled on my arm. Junie B, come see Slicky. He's my goldfish, remember? I bought him a brand new bowl. Come see it. Just then my teacher clapped her loud hands together. Boys and girls, everyone needs to sit down right now. What an exciting day we're going to have in room 9. We hurried up and sat. Mrs. pointed to the pet table in the back of the room. Who would like to go first, she asked. Who would like to introduce us to their pet? Me! I shouted, Me! Then I springed right out of my seat. But Mrs. said, sit down to me, and she called him Crybaby William, because that guy never springs, that's why. William went to the pet table. He pointed to his bell frog named Wendell. I just got him on Saturday, William said very shy. Mrs. smiled. Well, he certainly is a handsome bullfrog, she said. Would you like to take Wendell out of his tank for us? William, would you like to show the children how to hold a bullfrog? Then William's face got whitish and chickish, and he started sweating a real lot. That's how come Mrs. had to put a wet cloth on his head, and she said he didn't have to hold Wendell. Charlotte went next. She showed us her bunny named Slippers. She carried him all around the room. She let us pet his head. Slippers smells like sneaky feet. After Charlotte came Polly and Puffer. He showed us his parrot named Pirate Pete, only too bad for Pirate Pete, because he kept on saying a bad word, and he wouldn't even stop, so Mrs. had to send Pirate Pete to the office. After that, lots of children showed pictures of their dogs and cats, plus Jamal Hall showed us his lizard named Gizzard, and a boy named Ham showed us his hamster named Evelyn. I finally raised my hand real calm. It's nice to see you being so polite, Junie B. Would you like to go next? Mrs. asked. Did you bring a picture of your dog? I shook my head. No, I said, because I didn't want to bring a picture, remember? I wanted to bring a real actual pet, only too bad for me, because Mother said no raccoon, and then my Grandma Miller stole Sparkle, plus also I lost my noodle, and then couldn't find the orange juice, and then that's how come Grandma Miller removed the frozen vegetables, and boom, I saw a pet in there. So I put him in my backpack, and here he is now. After that, I unzipped my zipper pocket, and I held up my pet for everyone to see. Fish stick! I said, real delighted. I named him Fish Stick because he is a fish stick, of course. Room 9 stared and stared. Then all of a sudden, everyone laughed at once. You goony bird, yelled at Meanie Jim. Fish sticks aren't pets. Fish sticks are dinner. I felt very shrinking inside. But fish sticks have to be pets. Right, missus? Right? I asked. Because fish sticks are fish, aren't they? And fish are pets, right? If you saw me wagging my finger, for some reason, it was at Maya because I didn't want her to come over here and interrupt our story, okay? Mrs. was hiding between her hands. She peeked at me between her fingers. Yes, sure, of course fish are pets, she said. I felt a teensy bit better. So then fish sticks can be pets too, right? I said. Mrs. hid a little while longer. Then finally she took a big breath and she got up from her desk. Well, let's see. Maybe we should see what the dictionary has to say about this, she said. After that, she took out her dictionary and she looked up the word pet. She read us what it said. Pet, she said. Any tamed animal that is kept as a companion. Okay, she said. Now that we have the definition, let's see if fish stick fits the bill. Here's a picture of Junie B. Jones holding up Fish Stick and Meanie Jim laughing. Ha, 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 ha! And Mrs. looking between her fingers. She doesn't look happy. She looked at me. Junie B., is Fish Stick tame or is he wild? Tame, I said. Fish Stick is very, very tame. He won't even pack your head into a nub. Okay, good, said Mrs. And would you say that Fish Stick is a good companion, Junie B.? Can you take him lots of places? And does he behave himself pretty well? Yes, I said. Fish Stick can even go more places than my dog, probably, because I can put Fish Stick right into my backpack, and he doesn't even say a peep. Mrs. smiled real happy. Then she walked to my table, and she shook my hand. Well, then, congratulations, she said. According to the dictionary, Fish Stick is definitely a pet. After that, she took Fish Stick out of my hand, and she carried him to the pet table. And guess what? She put him right next to Slicky. Hey, Grace! Hey, Grace! Now our fishes can be friends just like us, I said, real delighted. Just then, I heard a croaking noise. It came from Wendell the bullfrog, I think. Then Wendell croaked even louder, and that made Slicky the goldfish jump in his water. And that made the rooster cock-a-doodle-doo. And that made Slipper stump his loud foot. And then his cage door accidentally came open, and he hopped right off the table. Oh, no! Yelled Room 9. Oh, no! Oh, no! After that, all of us chased Slippers all over the place, and he hopped and hopped until Mrs. caught him in the trash can. It was the excitingest adventure Room 9 had ever even had. And that's not even the best part of that day, because at the end of school, Mrs. gave us out special ribbons to all the pets. And the rooster got screechiest, Pirate Pete got talkiest, and Slicky got bubbliest, and Slippers got most rascally rabbit, and Fish Stick got most well behaved! I did a gasp at that wonderful thing. Then I shook Mrs. hand. Thank you, Mrs. Thank you, thank you! Here's a picture of Junie B. Jones holding Fish Stick and getting her blue ribbon. Wait, let me see what it says. Most well behaved, it says. Here, you can read it. Most well behaved. Yep. Because this is the proudest daughter I ever imagined! Mrs. laughed. She said me and Fish Stick made her day. Then she gave me a hug, and that is called perfect ending. And that is the end of Junie B. Jones' Smell Something Fishy. If you like this book, like and subscribe, and read all our other books. Oh, and don't forget to share. Bye!